Satisfy your need for happiness through your own curiosity with The Ranveer Show. How much of foreign policy is PM Modi's will? All of it?
What is the foreign policy? Policy means what? You are what? Are you a non-aligned party? You are not aligned with anybody? Have you said that anywhere? If you're not aligned, then why are you buying all kinds of junk from Russia? Why are you trading in ruble without going through the exchange rates? There are so many things, you see. Where are you for China or against China? You go to meetings where Chinese are. Now the Chinese are not coming anymore. But there was a time when you went and are meeting. I know China very well. I speak Chinese. I've written books on China. I know what the Chinese are up to.
What are they up to?
They're up to swallowing a good part of your territory and show the world India is not a third factor after the United States and China.
Do you believe India is not a third factor?
India is potentially the first factor. It's only a question of time. But we are at the moment at the level of the less than third. I think there's more respect for France today than there's for India.
And according to you, how do we get there?
How do we get out?
How do we get there? How do we become the first factor? Potentially, we are.
Potentially, well, of course, you grow at 10% per year for another 5 years, you will be.
Effectively, economic policy changes.
One is economic policy. Second is defeat the Chinese.
Militarily.
Yes.
Okay. Won't like a military...
And there you are already frightened. You've been conditioned. I'm telling you, if you decide to take on the Chinese, they'll run from here. They've run before in 1967 when in that Nathula Pass near Sikkim. Then they ran away in Somdurung Chu Valley in Arunachal in 1988 when Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. Twice they made it. Now they are coming wherever they want. And Mr. Jaishankar says is we have we have agreed to a buffer zone. What do you mean buffer zone? Either it's your buffer zone he has drawn where India claims to be its territory. After that, what China claims to be its territory is the line that between that two lines is called buffer. What nonsense. Tell the Chinese to get out.
But don't you think it'll spark off a much larger conflict?
Oh, yeah, all the time worried. Yeah. Telling a woman, don't go out in the thing, you might be raped again. This is not an attitude. You're a country with an army of 1 million people. And I know what the army men think. They are very, very sad that they have to watch the Chinese do all these things. And they can't repeat.
What's the reason for the lack of action on the Indian
side? Because Modi is blackmailed by them.
You're talking about some internal stuff.
I'm talking about no stuff at all. I'm just telling you blackmailed. What is he blackmailed by? I might tell you later. Maybe in the elections I might tell.
During election season?
I might, but I'm not decided. It's not an easy thing to swallow.
Okay. So simply because of...
Why doesn't he call off the Chinese ambassador and say, go back. Till we clear you out of this line, we don't need the army. That's the first thing anybody would do, but he doesn't do it. Putin, what is Putin? Putin is a servant of the Chinese. He'll not do anything which the Chinese don't want to do. And all the time going and doing Sashtangam, including your Mr. Jaishankar, he has been 3 times to touch their feet. So I see it from the other side.
If you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out these curated playlists that we've made especially for you related to the subject that was spoken about in this clip.